Hey everyone, it's Jay. Today we will introduce a concept in prompt engineering, which is called meta prompt. And you can use it to create your own prompt generator for almost any task you have. So basically, it is technique where you use an LLM to generate or refine prompt for you. You only focus on the structure and context. So in brief, you are using AI to write better, effective AI instructions. Or in other words, you create your own prompt generator using this high-level meta prompt. It automatically breaks the task into subtasks. Each subtask is assigned to expert role with specific detail and instructions. And in the last session, we put our spotlight on the structure prompt. And in this session, you will see how those structure prompting enable flexible and powerful prompt generation. So let's dive into this case. I already copy-paste the prompt here. So I want to give you guys a little bit background how it can be designed and help you break down into different sections. So first of all, the role. This meta prompt shifts ChatGPT's role from task executor to the prompt generator, making the model design prompts instead of completing tasks. And it leaves clear direction for users input their tasks and more details. You will see a lot of similar cases in other large language model prompt generator. For next step, we highlight on the content structure. This is what I want from this output. So I just give back the standard output structure like role, tasks, something we have mentioned a lot of times. By having this, it means we set this format as a framework for prompt generation, ensure the clarity and immediate usability for universal cases. But this structure is also adaptable. For example, coding tasks may skip some like writing tone or style or content concentration, but creative tasks may prioritize them. This flexibility keeps the prompt effective across use case. So I highly recommend you guys try this prompt and optimize for your own case. Only thing you need to do just change the task topic and task command. For example, I do the same task, generate website for AI builder community. And we have the prompt here. Then only thing we need to change is task topic and task command. You just need to input like 1 or 2 sentences. And it will help you generate the whole prompt. For example, include some sections we mentioned before, role, task command, task topic, and the structure here. It gives you a lot of context. It's pretty helpful when you have start a new concept learning. It will help you feel a lot of context here. Then you can just copy paste here and go to a new chat, start right here. Because by having this tone or having those context field, you can continue chatting and doing your things in this context window because you already have the structure here. And you can revise the section if you don't like. You can just directly revise the prompt to some specific detail if you feel that's not close to your case. Great, let's dive into another case. For example, we also can create a prompt evaluator from this prompt. It basically means use some quantitative scoring to make evaluation on the prompt or on the evaluation other tasks. So you can just use this prompt to help you create one, then continue to modify and evaluate your task. For example, it gives you the structure, role, instructions, and don'ts. This is pretty helpful. So also it helps us to elaborate each rule and each criteria. So you can definitely use this one to continue to evaluate your prompt, evaluate your other tasks. Great, this is about meta prompt. Use the high-level prompt, help you break down some tasks and fill some context if you don't know. And it's pretty helpful. But as I said, prompting is just an iterative journey. So you need to say what's your task output expected, revise your prompt, and revise your output. Now let's look at another example, this time from Anthropic Claude API Playground, or they call the console. So Anthropic is well known for its prompting standard and best practice in the industry. And inside this console, you can create your prompt, test your prompt, and also compare a prompt. It's pretty helpful than other large language model providers. So when you land on this page, you can just like to create a prompt manually, or you can just come to this page to generate a prompt. For example, we do the same task And we just want to not using a thinking model, so we just use the regular model to try. Then we can generate. It usually takes 10 seconds. Great, you can see it gave us something a little different with the user input part. I'll show you after this generation. You will see there are some variable. Variable means just your specific use case. For example, like my community name, community description, and features. By having this specific context, it can help us to optimize the prompt again. But we can just go to the first step here. Great, now we have this prompt. Anthropic still follow the structure prompting, so you have the role and you have your context here, and then you have the step and structure here. Also, the outline is more like output format. Then you can test by just click run. But before that, we can just set the variable first. You can click here or click here. For example, variable, my community name is a builder club. And so in our test case, we just input some context specific in this variable. Then we just hit run. And we can see the response on the right side. So basically it has the context structure here. So by showing you guys this case, if you know about the meta prompt, you can definitely build your own like a prompt generator in this case. Great, now it's finished. It includes a lot of stuff than our meta prompt than from ChatGPT. So I think Anthropic did well on the prompt generation. Also, it gives us the URL structure. Okay, if you want to improve your prompt here, so you can just give more detail. For example, the color is green and blue, modern style, and include pricing page and yearly event page. So you don't need to manually delete and re-edit again. You can just use improve prompt function. And usually it takes 6 steps, but it shows all things here. You can definitely understand what happens in the improving process. Great, now it's finished. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so the variable not changed. They should just change something like, okay, pricing page and yearly event. Great, so after it improves, it gives us more token than before. And also it includes a lot of about technical side and strategy side. It's pretty thoughtful than other models, I have to admit this. And I want to highlight one more thing about prompt sections. So for example, you see this system prompt, user prompt, and also add message pair means assistant prompt. So usually there are 3 sections in no matter which large language model they provide. They all have these 3 sections. The system prompt help you to set something statics, for example, role, tone, you probably never change the reuse. And for user, you want to highlight your variable part and specific structure rules. And for assistant, is more like you set some examples, some good example and bad examples you want to avoid or you want to follow. That help large language model better understand your logic by reading the examples. Then Anthropic has another function called evaluate. It's pretty advanced here. I won't do a deep dive here, but basically it's like Excel sheets. And you can see your prompt and it marks all the prompt you have and it marks the output. Then you can compare different version of input with different version output. So you can mark them using score and to track all your comparison of the prompt output and select the best one. Or you can import test case or export for future use or for other large language model comparing, because there are lots of third-party tools in the market that you can compare different model response to revise prompt from there.